The Tale of Demeter and Persephone.
Once upon a time, there was a mother and a daughter. The mother's name was Demeter. She was the goddess of the harvest and oversaw the fertility of the earth. Then there was her daughter, Persephone. Used to be known as the goddess of spring as she put forth vegetation. Now she is known as the goddess of the underworld. How did this come to be? Well, it all started with a simple little scoundrel, Cupid. See, one day, while he was kicking back, having a nice cola, he spotted Hades wandering the earth realm. Itching for some entertainment, he decided to poke the bear, per se. After being hit by the arrow, Hades saw a beautiful young lady across the way. Infatuated by her beauty, he rushed over to ask her for her hand in marriage, but to his dismay, she declined. Filled with anger, he carried her off to the underworld with him. Persephone screamed, but nobody was around to hear her. Having heard her daughter's screams, Demeter searched around for her. In the woods, over the river, and all over the lands, but she could not find her anywhere. Having lost all hope, she came to Cupid in hopes that he had seen what happened. Cupid then explained how Hades had taken her and was instantly heartbroken. Her heart became cold, and in turn had the earth become cold, causing it to snow. Demeter swore not to grow any more food until her daughter was back at her side. Now that Hades had Persephone in the underworld with him, all he had to do was try and impress her. He brought her drinks, he brought her nuts, he even brought her her favorite, oatmeal. But it still wasn't good enough for her. So one day, he forced her to marry him. Afterwards, Persephone became very depressed and began crying uncontrollably. In a last attempt, Hades still tried to feed her. Having lost all hope of ever getting out, she agreed to eat, thinking she would never be rescued. But then, Demeter had finally found her way into Hades' lair in order to rescue her beloved daughter. Hades tried explaining that he was in love with her, while Demeter did all she could to convince him otherwise. Then Hades told of how if you eat while in the underworld, you must live in the underworld. Demeter would not have it. So Hades devised a plan to share her. Demeter reluctantly agreed, but she continued to keep her vow of not growing any food while her daughter was away, giving us the season of winter.